What is going on, everybody? It has been a minute since we have
I
done a
know.
show together, Miss Junebug and I. But we are
What's
here doing a
happening?
recap on the failed season, if you will, that was the Dallas Cowboys. I know people had expectations. I did, and then I didn't at the same time, just because I'm used to this. I'm used to this. I'm used to winning in the wild card round, getting to the divisional round, and then just something happens. You know what I mean? Like just
Well, maybe
something
it's your
happens.
fucking bad juju that you're
It's
putting
not,
out
no,
that's
it's
hurting us. I mean, like,
no,
have you
not
thought about
they've
that?
been
Have you
doing
thought
this
that
since night.
maybe you're the one fucking unicorn that can save us, and maybe if
Yeah,
you
I'm
thought
the
fucking
one
positive,
unicorn. I'm
then
the
we
one
might just
unicorn.
fucking win something.
Yeah,
Fuck, so negative.
I'm the
That's
one
what's wrong
unicorn.
with Cowboy fans. Y'all like love and hate at the same time. It's like ridiculous. Like fucking pick one. You're like fucking toxic.
No, like I look, I'm a fan of the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas not the Dallas Elliots, not the Dallas Prescotts, not the Dallas Diggs. I am not a fan of those teams. My fandom goes with the Dallas Cowboys, and I'm going to say this. Just because I don't like the quarterback doesn't mean I don't have faith. I don't have whatever it is about the team. Look, I wholeheartedly rooted for the Dak Prescott made a throw to what was it, CD or the flag, and he caught it with like a 50-yard throw. I stood up screaming, getting excited. Actually made my son cry. He got scared because I was screaming and yelling at the TV. And he was in the kitchen. He heard me start screaming. But at the same time, Dak threw 2 picks, and it's just like, whoo. Look, our defense did enough for us to win this game. And it wasn't all Dak Prescott's fault. So I'm gonna say that now. We have an offensive coordinator that, for whatever reason, likes to run trick plays on the end of the season, where he has, who was it, Elliott as the center and everyone else out, out on the line. I mean, this is the kind of thing you expect of the Dallas Cowboys when you have that kind of coaching staff, like Kellen Moore as your OC. Like, really, like he did the same shit last year. And then this year, you think it was going to be a difference? We should have won that game. I mean, do you agree? We should have won this game handily.
Can I talk now? Because god
Yeah.
dang, it's
I'm
been
sorry.
like
I'm
three
sorry.
whole
Go.
fucking minutes. Just I'm like, fuck. Hi, how are
I'm
you?
sorry.
How
I
you
have a
doing?
I had
Like,
a lot to get off my chest today. I had a
it's
lot
only been
in
three
those
minutes.
in those 3 minutes, and I still got more, but
Wow.
there's a
You know
lot
what?
there.
Just give it to me. Vent, go ahead. I'm here for you. Obviously, you have a lot to get out of your chest.
Oh, no! I need you to talk. I'm like, throughout the stream, we're gonna do this is where we're gonna do recaps and venting, because
Recaps and venting.
yeah.
All
So I
right.
need so it's your talk. I would love for you to talk.
You're so funny. Well, what's up?
Not
So,
much. I'm just here, just enjoying my beer. Like I legitimately left work early that day, got some beer, and I wanted to drink. I didn't even want to go into work the next day. Like, I legitimately felt sick to my stomach. Like, to be honest with you, I felt like a girlfriend and I broke up. Like, that's how bad it was. Like, that's how bad it was. I was like, man, I didn't want to be at work today. Like, I want to go home. I don't want to be here. Like, I just wanted to sulk in my bed, like hold my son and just like watch TV, soap operas all day. That's all I wanted to fucking do. I mean, I don't watch soap operas. I'm just
not that novelas. Oh my God. He was
no.
watching
If I
straight
wanted to watch
novelas.
novellas, I would have gone to my grandma's
He
house.
was out
And
here watching novelas after the game. Was like, I need some fucking
if,
torment in my life.
if I wanted to watch
Typical
novellas, I would have
Latino
gone to my
shit.
grandma's house and had to
Like,
cry and watch them with
abuelita.
her.
Oh, speaking of grandmas, okay, since you brought up your grandma, today is my grandma's 89th birthday.
Damn
And I just
it.
want, yes, and my abuela Margarita is my favorite human on my entire universe. And I just want to take this sweet little moment to like wish her a happy birthday. I had
Well,
a great
happy birthday.
conversation with her. Thank you.
Happy
And every
birthday to your
time I
grandma.
speak to her, I literally get inspired. And I actually, there's something really cool today. I recorded the entire conversation because, you know, as you get older, you're really not going to be able to have these talks as often or as clear as cohesive. And she's
Yeah.
definitely always been like an inspiration to me. So feliz cumpleaños a mi abuela. I love her. So, anyways, so yes. Okay, so fuck. Where do we start about this on
Like, where do we
it was
start for the
it was
season,
it was
or where do you start for the game?
let's start with the game.
Okay.
Okay, so so I got retainers on and my
Damn
mouth feels
it.
super funny and it's like feels heavy and I'm not used to talking, so I feel like I'm lisping. So y'all pardon me.
No, you're good.
But
You're good.
okay, cool. So anyways, let's just kind of start with Sunday. Okay. Oh, look,
All
it's
right.
Jax. Hey, hello, it's my kitty. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
You
He
want
gets
two
so jealous.
more? I got two that I'm
Fuck
trying to get
now.
rid of.
This one's a hot fucking disaster. But anyways, go. Mommy's working. So anyways, so Sunday. What the fuck Sunday? So it hurt. That was very hard to watch. I was not expecting that type of play, especially coming out of Tampa Bay. I definitely thought that we would be a little more explosive, a little bit more creative with our plays, getting everybody involved. Um, I definitely knew things were going to shift when Pollard went down because that was really early in the game. And I knew that leading up to that, a lot of our plays were revolved around Pollard because we wanted to execute the running game. And with him going down, the mentality completely shifted to CD. And I think that in the process of trying to get CD going, that's when Dak started, making mistakes, and that's when he threw his interception, and um, it was really hard to watch him throw that interception because I like my stats, and I read that if you throw an interception in a playoff game, you already lost by 75%. So it was very hard to watch. But at that point, they only got 3 points out of that interception. So, we were still kind of tied up there and hanging in there. So I really kind of counted it and wrote it off.
Yeah.
But you've been getting on Dak the entire season. Every time you and I do a podcast, I sit here and I proudly wear my Dak jersey and I defend him. And I sit here and I try to reason with his playmaking, his decision making, and just pretty much the overall of what he is doing. Um, I'm out of excuses. I am done. Shut up. I know you're laughing. I can see that big ass fucking grin on your face. I I I I have lost faith. I completely have lost faith. And I can't wait till he's gone. Or I don't find him to be somebody that's gonna get us to the next level. You know, he is too inconsistent, and it's already been 7 years, and it's like a boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? It's like you keep waiting for him to pop the question and to like make something out of this long-term toxic ass fucking relationship we've been having, and all of a sudden you're still not doing that, and I'm ready to move on. I'm ready to get a new boyfriend. I'm ready to fucking let him go. We had fun. It was great. But like, I mean, he's got one more fucking time with me, and he's lucky because that's all he's good, because he can't do, we can't, we still got him for another year. We have
Oh,
to be real. we have to be realistic. He is
Yeah.
not going nowhere. But
No,
we have to
he's
start
not.
thinking, we have to start thinking past next season.
Yeah.
Because realistically speaking, look at my baby boy. Realistically speaking, we're the 49ers. I fucking hate their asses. And I fucking hate the Eagles even worse. They are in our division, and to get anywhere, we have to get through them. And unfortunately, they have a better program at the current moment that gives them that ability. And it hurts and it sucks.
Well,
And
I don't. Okay, sorry. Keep going. It
no, I'm
sucks.
just,
Oh, okay.
it's,
I don't think.
I,
I don't.
it's
I
time
look
for that to go.
as far as Sunday goes, we should have won that game. That should have been ours. We should have won. The way the defense played, holding Brock Purdy, who looked lights out against. Look, we have a top five. We had a top 5 defense this year. Brock Purdy, when those 8 games or whatever he was playing against, were playing against teams, defenses that I don't think went past like a 24th or 25th ranked defense. Horrible defenses. And then you saw what happened when he went up against a top 5 defense. Now, granted, the Niners have the best defense in the league. But according to all the Dak apologists and the Dak writers out there, he's an elite quarterback and Dak is this and Dak is that. And I've been saying all year and since 2017, Dak will not get you over the hump. Dak will not be a guy who, when you're playing against these teams like this in these situations, he will falter and make bad plays. I was talking to my dad the other day, and he said he was watching something on ESPN, one of the talk shows, and normally when a quarterback drops back, they have a hitch on them where they tap their foot 3 times, and by the 3rd time, you're out of it.
You got to get rid of the ball.
You get rid of the ball or you got to take off.
Yeah.
They were showing Dak Prescott was tapping his foot 5, 6, 7 times and then making either bad decisions which led to interceptions or taking the sack. Now, let me tell you this. And I know no one wants to hear it because I even feel like throwing up when I say this. Jalen Hurts is a Dak Prescott 2.0 in the sense of when Dak came out before he got hurt in his leg, he took off running quite a bit, did he not? You saw him. Yeah. You saw him in his first couple of years.
A lot more. Yeah.
He would make his progressions. Boom, I'm gone. And it was good. It was good. Now, Dak is being coached up to stay in the pocket and read and go back, which he is not, which is causing him to do what he is doing, making bad decisions, making bad plays, which as every year you kind of see him making these risky throws or bad decisions and his interceptions, even though they've been low every year, this is a year that, boom, it blew up. And now he led the league and he played in 5 less games than almost every other quarterback out there. 5 less games and he still led the league in interceptions.
He had 15 interceptions in 12 games.
Mm-hmm. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Yeah. Look, Dak Prescott, all the Dak writers out there that love Dak and this and that, they make fun and say, well, haha, Dak Prescott is still our quarterback going into next year. I understand that. But at the same time, why are you so excited after exactly what you saw right now? Dak Prescott is slated to be what? I think he's a $31 million cap hit this year. And if we cut him, you want to know how much dead money he's worth?
How much?
Almost $90 million in dead money.
Oh wow.
It's like 89 and some change. $89 million in dead money.
It
You want to talk about a
nobody
horrible contract?
nobody's gonna want to pick him up.
No,
Like
nobody.
nobody's gonna want
Nobody.
him. Like nobody's gonna want this guy. And I mean, I really think that he has so much to prove this upcoming season. You know what I mean? Because he knows we know we're stuck with him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then is time to go. And I'm sorry, but it's time for McCarthy to go. It's time for Kellen Moore to go. If Dan Quinn does not become our head coach, I don't know what the fuck, because we're going to lose him as well. And we have tons of like, free agents. I mean, like, we're about to be a completely kind of new team, come next season, depending on what we do this off season. So I'm
with you on McCarthy having to go, in a sense of this guy. Look, he's the first coach, point blank period, first coach since the 90s, I want to say, to have back-to-back 12-win seasons. First coach to do it since the 90s. I want to say it's the 90s. But where I think that he needs a lot of work on, this is the second year that the Cowboys are one of the top teams in penalties. I mean, do these guys not get punished for having penalties on them? Like, I knew when I was in college and I was playing baseball, like, if I messed up as a pitcher, I'm running, I'm getting punished some type of way. Doing sprints, running, for every whatever, it was like 10 sprints. So, like, I don't know if I want McCarthy to go, but he needs to clean some stuff up. And I only say this because, like I said, he's the first coach since the 90s to have back-to-back 12-win seasons. Kellen Moore, yes, needs to go. Cliff Kingsbury would be a nice offensive coordinator. The head coach, the former head coach of the Arizona Cardinals. That would be a nice OC to have. But you got to understand this. You got to understand Dak Prescott. To understand the Cowboys, you got to understand Dak Prescott. So, what happened when Zeke went out in 2017 when he had a 6-game suspension, and he basically only had Dez Bryant? He really didn't have many weapons out there. He went 3-3 in a soft 6 games that he had. You're looking at you get rid of Cooper, right? I mean, excuse me. You get rid of Dez Bryant in 2018. Do wide receiver by committee, and what do defenses do? They stack the box, they stop Zeke, and they let Dak Prescott beat them. What were we before we traded for Amari Cooper? We were 3-5, and Dak Prescott looked like ass. He looked bad, like bad. We trade for Amari Cooper, pays dividends, I guess, right, for the time being. We look like a good team. Dak looks like he's amazing. When it wasn't, it was we got him weapons. But now you go into this year, or you go into last year, and you lost Cooper, one of your best wide receivers. You re-signed Gallup for whatever reason, coming off of an ACL injury, which I rather would have got rid of Gallup and kept Cooper and CD, and then brought in a third. But that's just me. So then you have CD, who emerges as your number one after having a few mishaps, right? But then you look at next year and this upcoming season, and who does Dak Prescott have going into next year? You're more than likely going to lose Tony Pollard. He's not going to come back. You're more than likely going to lose Ezekiel Elliott. Everyone's saying that this is his last year. And then you're left with CeeDee Lamb.
Why would Tony go, though?
I mean,
I don't see him going.
He just broke his leg. Do you think that?
Yeah, but we still have the entire off season to rehab. So I don't see him leaving. I don't
Do you
think
think that with his broken leg, the only way I see Dallas keeping him is on a team-friendly deal? Because of what he did this season, he's going to be asking for some money. And then he just got hurt. So you know the Dallas Cowboys are not going to pay him that kind of money. You know someone is, though. You know someone's going to take that chance on him. So I don't see Tony Pollard being back in a Cowboy uniform next year. I don't. That's why everyone is on that. Who is that running back from Texas? I forget what his name is. He's a badass running back from Texas, but I forget what his name is. I gotta look it up. But yeah, so when you go into next season, he's not. And Dalton Schultz is another one that might not get re-signed.
Oh my God. What the fuck was that last play with him? Oh my goodness. Like,
where he stepped out of bounds?
He stepped out of bounds. He like doesn't even drag his feet. It was such a fucking.
Oh, when that happened, I literally turned the whole game off.
And I was like, had he caught that, could have made a difference, you know? Like, was something maybe, you know, we could have gone for a Hail Mary. I don't know. Then hold on. The last play.
Yeah, no. Robinson, that's his name.
Play.
Oh, yeah.
What was that? I was seriously thinking it was some sort of great fucking practice shit that had been running for an entire year, waiting to save it for the last moment. You know what I mean? Type of drive. Yeah. What the fuck was that? That's how our season ended. I wanted to cry. It was literally the exact fucking thing that happened last year. I was at the last season game. It was like literally fucking deja vu of the same fucking game. How it went down to the wire, how it went down to clock management, how it went down to the last fucking plays of the game, how it was just completely horrible the last 2-3 plays of the game. It was just like horrific. It you know, after that fucking Kittle acrobatic bullshit ass lucky ass catch that bounced off his helmet, because oh my God, that was Kittle? Straight luck.
Yeah. And I don't understand how
that was like a skill type of shit. Y'all wrong. That was luck, you know, but it was great and it was pretty, and that was the turning fucking point of the fucking game, because that's when I kind of lost a little bit of hope. And I was like, if these motherfuckers are making catches like that, they want this, you know?
Well, I don't even know where Diggs was coming from. I mean, he didn't even lay the hit on. Explain to me how you have a white jersey or even your silver pants and you're playing on grass and you're walking into the locker room and you're fucking clean. In a playoff game, you are clean in a playoff game, as if you did nothing. You know what I mean? Like, this is ridiculous. Ridiculous.
So yeah, no, it was horrific. It was sad. It was definitely not what I wanted it to be. No. Back to McCarthy though. McCarthy wouldn't be who he is without Dan Quinn.
Oh yeah, for sure. This whole team wouldn't be.
He would not be anything without Dan Quinn. Our defense is what held us together this entire season.
Yeah.
We had the number one takeaways. You know, Micah was on this amazing beginning track that was, you know, was gonna be amazing, but he where the fuck was he at this last game too? I mean, he only had one sack. He was not as dominant as he normally is. So,
and I have a reasoning for that, but I'm gonna let
Noah Brown, T.Y. I mean, nobody was involved. It was like where were all the plays we were running when we were getting everybody involved and everybody was getting touchdowns and we were just running the ball and it was like we were so focused on CD. It was, Kellen Moore needs to go. Like, I mean, what the fuck? It's like, you know, as a coach, I don't blame my kids when I lose a game, okay?
Yeah.
Because I can't rely on one player to control my entire situation, And that's when coaching comes into play. That's when strategy comes into play. That's when you implement certain things that you run in practices for certain situations. You know what I mean? And then also that's kind of when skill and ability and just overall awareness of what you're doing comes into action. And I don't see that from number one, Kellen Moore, and I definitely don't see that from McCarthy. So
Yeah.
it's very hard for me to absorb that we're putting all of this blame on Dak. Yes, he threw 2 fucking interceptions, but we could have still won this game. We could have still won this game. It was 7 points. It wasn't a blowout. It wasn't, it was, we left so many points on the field in different types of occasions. So it was just very hard for us to say Dak, Dak, Dak. But as a coach, you have to take ownership of your team. You have to take ownership of your players. You have to take ownership of your strategy, your plays, and what you're doing. And you can't rely on one or two players. You have to get everybody involved. And I really felt like he is not doing that. And I need him to get out of here. Thank you for the 12 and 5 seasons in the last 2 games, but that wasn't you. That was fucking Dan Quinn. And it's just time for us to move on. Dak needs a new mentor. Dak needs somebody new that's going to either dig in his ass or just get him through the rest of the next season so we can move on from Dak as well. Because, like you said at the beginning of the conversation, you said, I am not a Dak. I am not this. I am not. You are a Cowboys fan. I am a Cowboys fan. I am not a Dakota. Dakota does not determine whether I am a Cowboys fan or not. He is just a piece in the puzzle of what makes my team great. And right now, he's a fucked up piece, and I can't deal with him anymore. And I gotta go. Just like I cut all
Yeah.
the motherfuckers out that I don't need in my life, he gotta go too. Adios. Mwah. Bye, baby. Nos vemos. Next.
No, for sure. I agree with everything you just said. But I want to tell you
I
because you
need to
talked about.
smoke. I need to light something up. Yeah, I
So
can't.
you were talking about how Parsons kind of disappearing towards the end, and if you noticed when Parsons kind of started to disappear a little bit, what was the correlation of when that started to happen? I hate Anthony Brown on this team so much. I
Why?
want him gone.
Really?
I want him gone. But he was doing a very serviceable job. And same thing with Jordan Lewis. They were both doing very, very well. But we had Deron Bland to pick up the slack for Jordan Lewis. It wasn't until Anthony Brown went down and we were out our number 2 corner that led to the decline in sacks, not only for Parsons, but for this team. Because when you have good coverage, you are able to get home on the quarterback. Look, I hate to bring this up, but when you have 2 corners such as Slay and Bradbury that are very, very good and they're able to cover, what happened with the Eagles this year? They led and they broke the record for most sacks in a season for a team because of who they had at their corner positions. Now, I'm not saying we would have done anything crazy. We were on pace. At one point, we were leading. For a few weeks, we were leading the league in sacks. But when we started to see a decline in sacks is when our corners went down. That's when our corners I mean, that's when the sacks went down, is when our corners did. And we had no one there. Look, you have boss man fat Calvin Joseph out there looking like complete crap, trying to cover, getting burnt. I get it, there's growing pains, but you can't be having growing pains like that when you were in the middle of maybe a championship run. You know, that's why I firmly believe this year we are either going to be looking at a corner at 26 or a wide receiver at 26. Nothing else. Nothing else, and I am okay with that because there are a few guys at corners that I would rather much have. I'd rather have Diggs out there, Deron Bland out there, with Jordan Lewis, and a rookie corner like a Joey Porter coming out of Penn State. Like it just sucks because
that's like a whole other show.
No, I know.
That's like you're thinking so far advanced right now. Like we still gotta even.
But what I'm getting at is that the reason why we declined in sacks and Micah Parsons, I think this past game had like 7 or 8 pressures, which led everyone on the defensive side for both sides. And I think he won like almost 40% of his I guess I think it's his snaps to get to the quarterback. I forgot how it was worded. But he was the best defensive line, edge rusher, linebacker, however you want to put it, out there. Now, to your point of what happened with this offense where everyone was scoring and this and that, like you had talked about. If you go back and look at some film, there are some plays out there where certain players are wide the fuck open. And Dak Prescott
he's fucking like one-dimensional. He has no peripheral.
Misses.
He's so one-track minded. It's like, and we teach this in basketball, like scan the court, look up, look at your whole entire, all of your players, look at your offense, like see where everybody's at. It is like basic fucking fundamentals. Yeah. Like I just feel like he's just got tunnel vision and he can read, the reading his fucking eyes. Like he's so predictable.
Like what happened what happened on that play was it was the third quarter and we were on a drive and it was a play where Dak took off running and he got about 6 yards. But what happened was T.Y., I want to say, is in the slot. I forget who was covering him. They had a safety over the top. And Bosa comes around, and Bosa didn't get the sack, but he got some pressure on him. But I don't think it was enough to where if Dak stays in the pocket, T.Y. beat his guy. And the safety that's over the top is going off to the right side of the field, leaving the whole middle open and no one there. If Dak were just to have dropped it into T.Y., that's a touchdown, and we would have been winning that game 12-9 at that point because they were winning 9-6 at that point. But that's where Dak Prescott, what I was telling you, where he is not he's not getting rid of the ball when he needs to. He's holding on to it too long.
Yep. I had asked some of
I'm gonna get another beer, but I can hear you.
Yeah. I had asked some of my peeps on my Twitter if they wanted me to cover something, and let me see. Cover why Prescott can't get the job done when it comes down to it. I think we just dedicated an entire 34 minutes to that. So I hope you're satisfied with that, Mike. What changes that you would make on the team so what changes would I make if I was the general manager or the owner of the team? So what changes would I make? I would fucking fire everybody, clean the fuck out house and move on. I would sign Tom Brady for 2 years, and I would find a way to get rid of Dak. That's what I would do. Um, what would you do?
Well, seeing as from a business point, you can't really get rid of Dak because that is a horrible $89 million of dead money
It's
you
okay. I'm
have.
I'm a gazillionaire. I'm rich, bitch.
Uh, Zeke,
This
what I
is my
would,
this is make believe pretend.
yeah.
So and
So
let's make
Zeke,
believe
so
pretend.
Zeke is he's a horrible contract as well. But
Yeah, what I
I,
think what we got him one year left, right? Or is he
yeah, but
gone?
I think he's gone this year.
Okay.
Um, I think he's going to be a cap casualty. But he's desperate enough to where it's like he's already said I'll take a pay cut if I need to. Well, yeah, buddy, you're going to have to. I mean, they're paying you $90 million, right, on your contract to basically be a short yardage guy, to be a third down type of guy, because Tony Pollard, who is the best back on this team right now. I mean, I get it. He broke his leg, so the Cowboys are going to be. The Cowboys are literally going to have some leeway with Tony. They are, and I really think that they're going to go out and get another back in the third or fourth round somewhere. I firmly believe we are looking at a wide receiver or corner, and that's if Tony's still here, because a lot of people believe, and even
Are we
not
back
just.
to this? Wait, hold on. We're back to this.
We're saying like if
Oh, okay. I'm
I'm a
sorry.
GM,
You know what? Okay, you're right. We're in pretend world right now.
yeah.
Okay, I forgot.
So if I'm
My bad.
GM, that's what I'm looking at: cornerback,
Okay.
receiver. And you know what?
I was
Because
like, what?
you want Tony Pollard here for you. In my make believe, I'll make sure Tony Pollard's still here, even with the broken leg. I'll make sure he's still here.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You
But
would be my GM in my fantasy. Okay, thank you. My fantasy fucking team.
so what I'm doing is, even if Kellen Moore is not hired in Carolina, my ass is firing him. I'm sorry for that last play of the season. I'm firing him. There's no way I'm having him here. But and here's the thing. This is what kills me about Jerry Jones so much.
You know I love Jerry, so watch your mouth.
He
Watch
treats
how you talk
this.
about Daddy
He
Joe.
like, and I've said this before. I met you. I've said all this stuff. He treats it. I get it. You have an attachment to your guys that you draft, but he treats it like a family, which is not good. It's not. It's a business, and when you have a tie to someone like he does with Kellen Moore for whatever reason, he's going to give him chance after chance after chance after chance until he can't do it no more. And look what he did with Jason Garrett. 10 years of crap.
I have to agree with you on that 1000%. I adore Jerry. You know me. I love me some Jerry Jones. But I definitely see in that he does not know, family and business don't mix, and he doesn't know how to separate himself from, and he doesn't know how to cut ties. And I don't know. I always been cold-blooded, where like when I'm done with you, I'm done with you, and I don't wish you harm and I don't wish you disrespect or anything. I just won't put any energy left into you, and Jerry is so loyal and so like attached and so committed. And I get that's that Libra in him, that he feels like he needs to have his circle. Jerry has his yes men, and every once in a while Jerry needs to be told like, no, Jerry. And I don't think nobody is telling Jerry that, so he definitely it needs to learn how to separate himself, and that's his downfall.
And this is the thing. Jerry's ego is so big you can't tell him no. Because at the end of the day, he's the owner, the GM, the president. chief executive,
And I
all this
get
crap.
that, and I get that, but you got to get out your ass sometimes. Get your head out your ass sometimes and listen to people, or and maybe not so much as listen, it's more maybe a trust factor.
Yeah.
And I don't think that he does anything with any bad intentions, but he just kind of like hangs on to people a little too long, you know? And that's what makes him such an amazing person, because you know he's always giving people those extra chances, and they just keep fucking him over, you know? And it's not like he's getting any younger. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's not like we're getting anywhere anytime soon. So if you really want to enjoy what's left of your, life in this world, in football, you have to make big changes. And he's going to have to, like, you know, just,
He's been being told this for years, and it's yet to happen. I don't know. Look, there was
oh, Jerry.
before you became a fan of the Dallas Cowboys, there was an interview that was put out there that Jerry had with someone, and this is when he was making horrible draft decisions, right? Horrible draft decisions, like bad. And they asked Jerry, what would you do if you, and I believe this is how it goes, what would you do to a GM in your position that was making decisions the way you do that basically led to nothing? Like, how would you handle someone drafting or signing whatever players that you do that basically amount to nothing? Basically said, I'd fire him. And he goes, well, obviously I can't fire myself. I just have to do better. That mentality right there tells me everything about Jerry Jones. Granted, great businessman, great showman, great producer, everything out there, right? That'll get his pockets filled with money, everything. But to put out a football team out there, he knows his football, but I don't think he knows it to the extent he thinks it that he does, because otherwise he wouldn't have Will McClay out there. And to be honest with you, I think he needs someone else other than just Will McClay to get this going. To be honest, he needs to be out of the GM spot. He needs to be an owner that sits up in the press box.
That's not going to happen.
I know that. I know that.
Not going to happen.
I understand. Look,
not going to happen.
I
If
understand
Jerry
that.
The fuck up.
I understand that. But if Jerry wants to win another Super Bowl, if we want to see another Super Bowl, guess what? That needs to happen. Everyone knows that. That needs to happen. And until that day comes, the Dallas Cowboys will be the type of team that wins in the regular season, looks amazing, will have you drinking the Kool-Aid by week 14, 15, and 16, thinking, oh crap, this could be the year. And then we go into the playoffs and some crazy shit happens and we lose. Look, the Dallas Cowboys, and I've been saying this for God knows how long, the Dallas Cowboys have not put any stock into the quarterback position since they drafted Troy Aikman in 1989. The Dallas Cowboys had the number 1 overall pick that year, and they drafted Troy Aikman. After Troy Aikman, it's been a line of Quincy Carter. I think he went in the second round. They had Chad Henne or Hutchinson, whatever his name is, Drew Bledsoe, who was past his prime, Bradshaw, who was past his prime. God knows why they signed Ryan Leaf, but they signed him. And then, yes, you had Tony Romo. That, look, if I have these arguments all the time, and I hate to go back and forth and whatnot. But during Tony Romo's time, they did not have a defense like this.
No.
At all.
Mm-mm.
They did not have a defense like this. At all. Tony Romo never really had a defense. Tony Romo was dropping back 35 to 45 times a game. And people would ridicule him because he would have 2 or 3 interceptions.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're dropping back that many times a game and you're not running the ball and you're passing it 80% of the time, yeah, that's expected. But guess what? A lot of those times where the Cowboys were 8-8 for a lot of seasons, we saw what happened when Tony Romo was not the quarterback. We were a 4-12 team. We saw when Dak Prescott was not the quarterback, but that was because we had the worst defense in the league. We saw what happened when you have a top 5 defense and Tony Romo, and Dak Prescott isn't the quarterback. You go 4-1 with a backup quarterback. So, it's just it's this thing where for me it's like I'm just waiting for the Cowboys to go into a season where it's like, shit, we got a top 10, top 5 pick. Let me see what quarterback I can go get, which they don't do. Be right back. I'm gonna go take a piss, but I'm about to be right back. Just keep talking.
As you can tell, we are so unprofessional in this channel sometimes, but yeah. I don't have access to his comments or else I would answer, but I have notes. Y'all, that game got 46 million views. 46 million views. They were comparing that to like a conference championship NBA game, like say the Warriors, where they would only get like 7 million views. This was a playoff game in the NFL and it got 46 million. I was saying that this game got 46 million views.
Yeah, the game?
Yes, it was.
Guess what? Jerry wants that.
Ridiculous. Yes,
Jerry
well,
loves
that's why
that.
we are. And no, but this is why we are an $8 billion team and why we are the number 1 sports franchise in the world. And that's because of Jerry. We are America's team. We are still talking about the Cowboys today, and there are other teams that are still in the playoffs. So, yeah, but I did want to touch something that really like irritated my fucking soul. Okay, like it really like annoyed the shit out of me. So, as y'all know, I fucking love Twitter. Like, oh my God, I'm always on Twitter. And I was reading the Cowboys. I don't know, something popped up where the Cowboys Twitter account had posted a post blaming Dak for their loss. And I thought it was very upsetting to see that. I used to do social media marketing for small companies.
Oh, wow.
And, you know, that's something that we never do. We never like badmouth other brands and we never, I mean, well, in this case, it's different, right? Because we fucking hate the Eagles and the 49ers and everybody that's not the Cowboys. But we don't badmouth our own brand, you know? And that's kind of like what they did. And it was very unprofessional and it was very irritating. And it's one thing for us to talk shit about Dak, but I think that that was very messed up for them to do that to him. So I really hope that they fire whoever the fuck posted that because that was rude and disrespectful. And even though it was true, because nobody is going to deny that, it is an image thing and it wasn't a good view. So yeah, it was very annoying. But yeah, that was my little rant on that. But yeah, so overall, I mean, it was just you know, I I I had a great season personally. Like I really got more involved this year more than anything with the Cowboys. I always been a fan, but this year was a little different for me.
Yeah.
Um, Starting with the end of last season, with going to that game and then, carrying it on. I'm excited for next season. I feel like I'm gonna be in a better in place where I'm a little bit more prepared statistically and a little bit more knowledgeable because I definitely want to continue doing this. I have a lot of fun doing it. Um, I'm not gonna give up on my team, but I am realistic in the fact that we are not gonna be contenders next year, you know,
Oh no.
or possibly the year after that. So it's
I
just
mean, we're
like,
playing the I want to say the AFC East, which is the division that Buffalo's in. And to be honest with you, I don't think we're winning any of those games. I don't think we're winning any of those games. We maybe won, but I think it's like Buffalo and like the Dolphins. Um, let me see. Let me make sure. Yeah, Buffalo, the Dolphins, the Patriots, and even the Jets don't look all that bad. Like I really do not think we're winning a single game in that like going up against that division next year. I just don't see it. And then of course we got
oh
our
my God,
division.
we're gonna win. Calm down, okay? We're gonna win. Calm the fuck down. We're gonna probably go like, I don't think we'll go 12-5. We'll maybe go like 14 and no, not 14, like
No,
fucking 10-7.
10-7. I mean, make the
10
playoffs
and
again.
7 if we're lucky. And one thing I have to say about football, because look at the fucking Giants. I mean, like, it doesn't matter what your record is, you still have that wild card. So it's just like,
Yeah,
nothing. And one thing I realized is, uh, ain't shit happening until the playoffs. So,
yeah.
yeah.
No, I don't know. Like I'm with you on a lot of things. It's just frustrating how the season ended because it's the same way the season ended last year.
Yeah,
In a sense
exactly.
of what the fuck play was that? What was that play call? And yet I guarantee you he's still gonna get another chance to
No,
be a
no, no,
Dallas
no,
Cowboys.
no, no, no.
If he isn't hired with Carolina, or if he for whatever reason declines to take it, he's gonna be the Cowboys OC. And it sucks. I hate it. It sucks.
No, no,
It's bad.
no. Mm-mm.
But before we go, I do have on like that Thursday of the draft, that day, I either gonna ask to leave work early and take the next day off, or well, I'm probably gonna take the next day off, but I'm gonna get off on time and I will be live streaming the draft. Like I'll have it on my TV and I'll just be commentating and talking. And if you want to come through and hang out for a little while, you are more than welcome to do that.
Shoot me a reminder. I'm sure I'll be at
Yeah.
home watching.
Yeah, I see you taking your selfies right now. So
I know I was doing a Snapchat. Yeah,
oh man, your boyfriend's over there.
my boyfriend. Oh, my Twitter boyfriends. Oh my
Oh,
God, I have so many. I
yeah,
love
no, I
them.
know. Like when you tag me in that stuff, I look at it and I'm just like, well, at least I'm getting follows, but they're talking sweet nothings to you. I'm just like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, I don't need to see any of that stuff. I'm like,
Has
oh,
anybody been on before we leave? Has anybody jumped on?
look, we have a plethora of people that were in the comments. Like, it's just too much. Like, I literally just wanted to talk to you. I didn't want to pay attention to the comments. Like, I was talking. I mean, I was looking at the comments here and there, but
Shoot me some comments. Let's see if we can answer a few.
okay. Let me see. I used to be the biggest Dak supporter, but now my patience has run out for him. Shake my head.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Never was a fan of Dak. That's from Prime
Mm-hmm.
Sports. 301 says we are ringless losers. Well, I mean, I'm not. I mean, I've seen the Cowboys win a Super Bowl.
This
As
year,
long
maybe.
as long of Eagles getting a beating this Sunday, I'll be happy. Yes.
Like, okay, let's talk about this shit real
Okay,
quick.
keep talking.
Like,
Keep talking. I can hear you. I'm gonna let my dog out.
okay, why in the fuck? Like, fuck the Eagles and fuck the 49ers. First and foremost, I'm so sorry, Randall. I know you're probably listening, but like, who the fuck cares? Fuck them both. Damn it. It's all about Joe Burrow. It's all about Joe
Oh,
Burrow.
oh,
For the
oh,
rest of
oh!
this
You're on the
season,
Joe Burrow train.
I am on the Joe Burrow fucking
Oh
train.
my God! I would give a king's ransom to get Joe Burrow in a Cowboy uniform. Look, okay. Forget the comments. Forget the comments before we go.
Oh my God, I would have stirred the fucking
Last
pot.
year, I kept saying how I wish Joe Burrow was a Cowboy, how Joe Burrow was an elite quarterback, how Joe Burrow this, how Joe Burrow that. You want to know what I got told? I got told go root for the Bengals. Oh, Joe Burrow is not that great. His defense got him there. This and the third and blah, 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 whatever. Where is Joe Burrow right now? He's in the AFC Championship game. Probably going to beat Patrick Mahomes and go into the Super Bowl.
Oh my God, yes, because Patrick Mahomes is playing hurt. So
Yes.
he's out. So,
yes.
Okay,
and that
yes.
defense is stellar.
Yes.
But Joe Burrow is also amazing. He is great. Joe Burrow is everything that I want in a Cowboy quarterback.
Him, but we don't love him like that. Okay, damn.
I'm sorry. Like I said, I would give a king's ransom for Burrow just because, like,
I'm not kidding. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Just to have a guy like Burrow playing for the Cowboys and then to build properly around him, which we have built properly around Dak, and he doesn't do shit with it. We have built properly around Dak Prescott. I mean, what did we do in 2018? We went out and got you Cooper. Then we drafted CeeDee Lamb. We had Michael Gallup, who was the next Dez Bryant.
Stay focused in the present.
I'm just saying we can build properly around a quarterback, and we have the running backs to do it. And it was funny because someone on Twitter was like, it doesn't matter who you bring in, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Lamar Jackson, and he named it. If Kellen Moore is still the OC and calling these plays, we're not winning shit. And I saw it and I couldn't help myself, and I replied and I was like, well, if Patrick Mahomes was a quarterback or Joe Burrow was a quarterback, they would simply say, fuck that, we're not running any shit you're calling, and call their own plays. And yeah, and he's like,
that's my mentality. Like, if your play is not working, like, use your legs, work. I mean, it's like we're not gonna go back to Dak, and you're right, but I am still a football fanatic for until fucking February 12th. Okay, and I will be fucking damn if I cheer for the 49ers. I will be fucking damn if I fucking cheer for the fucking Eagles, and I will be, and I'm Mahomes, the Kansas City. I mean, yeah, congratulations, whatever. Boo.
I'm legitimately rooting for the Bengals. I am rooting for the Bengals right now.
Me too.
Just
because
Joe Burrow, like I've always liked Joe Burrow.
Do I need a Joe Burrow jersey?
You what?
Do I need a Joe Burrow jersey? A cool
No,
jersey?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
No, I know, right? Cowboy Nation would fucking hang me.
What you should do is buy a custom-made Cowboys jersey and just put Burrow on the back with a 9 on it and just walk like make a custom one with the Burrow, because it's a Cowboys jersey, you know what I mean? But no, I mean, I wouldn't, like, as much as I wish he would come here. I mean, there's any choice. I guarantee you Cincinnati is going to throw any type of money at him that he wants.
Oh yeah, they're gonna do anything and everything to keep him.
Yeah.
This was so fun as usual.
It was.
Yes.
It's always fun.
It's always fun. We definitely got to get back to it.
See, and you
I'm
were
very,
calling me out saying he said it's gonna be a fun stream, talking shit.
I was like, I know, I'm always talking shit. That's
I
right.
know.
You saw my rolling eyes emoji.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
like,
I
this
was
girl's
like,
talking shit. Like that was said and then I meant like fun, as in like between you and I, not fun as in like, oh, this is so much fun. We're in the next round and we can talk all kinds of shit, but a fun stream between us.
oh, I know. It's always fun. I wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't fun.
No.
But yeah, we will definitely touch base for the draft. Just
Oh, for
kind of
sure.
see who we keep, where we go, what we're doing.
Yeah.
I'm definitely trying to grow the fan base so we can do more fun things together. I'm working on a couple of projects. I had somebody reach out to me about some NFTs,
Yeah.
and
Keep talking. I can hear you.
so I like NFTs and I like the whole concept. So they were, I might do something with an NFT project. So there's just kind of all kinds of little fun opportunities that are popping up that I'm kind of excited to, work with. So I fucking love my boys.
So
So it's,
explain NFTs to me because I've never really understood. Is that just like a picture or something you buy and then now it's yours?
oh my
You can
God.
do whatever you
So
want with it?
yes, exactly. Something like that. I mean, it's okay. So like, okay, so our avatar, right? Our
Yeah.
little post, right? So let's say, how do I say this? We can turn it into an NFT, okay? And say me and you right now, we made that avatar or that logo into an NFT and we sold it to all of our viewers, to your subscribers, and you
Yeah.
sold that to them for $50, right? And you said, hey, Boys for Life NFT is for sale for $50. There's only, say, 1,000 of them because you're not going to release a bunch. You're going to have like a limited amount of how many you're going to release, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna, we're only going to release 1,000. Get them while you can, right? And if you get it, you're going to have access to um, Junebug, more of Junebug content, that's private. You'll have more blog post access to me. You'll be able to enter my group chat. So you tie value to the NFT as to why they should purchase it, right?
Ah,
So
I
it can
got you.
come with perks, right? So then, say for instance, you have like some cowboy executive looking at this blog post and they're like, holy shit, look at these two. I like them, and now they want to put us on like a bigger platform, right? So then now your NFT went up in value. You know what I'm
Ah, I
saying?
got you.
Because
Yeah.
now you have increased your brand and you made it more valuable. So now you can release another NFT, you know? So you just keep releasing these different type of NFTs and you tie value to them. And as you grow in your company or as everything grows within the platform, then then your NFT will increase in value. A lot of people are selling NFTs just to sell them because they're hot and they don't attach value to them. But when you attach value to them, then they can increase in value even more because there's something behind it. It's
Yeah.
complicated. And then also,
No,
I'm
that
really
sounds
interested in the
complicated.
metaverse. So I definitely, how fun will it be for us to do this in the metaverse? And we actually have an audience there. So everybody that's jumping on the comments will be able to talk to them. They'll jump. We'll all be in the same room, you
Yeah.
know? So I'm really interested in the metaverse and all of that different stuff. So it's just, something fun and different. I'm a
Yeah.
homebody and I really like the idea of being more active if I don't have to leave the house. Like we're doing right now, like I gotta go
Yeah.
nowhere. You know what I mean? Like I'm chilling. So I mean, it's just I love the whole metaverse
Yeah. And,
concept.
and and I'm the same way. I'm literally work home, work home, work home. Nothing else. I really don't want to go anywhere else.
Yeah,
I'd
no,
rather
me
just be at
neither.
home. Yeah.
Yeah, I get a
But
little anxiety every once in a while. But yeah, so my birthday's next month, so I am looking forward to that and we'll see what happens.
you're gonna be what? You're turning 21 this year?
We don't talk about that shit. But
Okay, I thought
anyways,
you're
yeah.
turning 21. I thought. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, guys, another fun fun stream. Ms. Junebug and I here doing our Cowboys talk. Ms. Junebug, let them know where they can find you before we head on out.
Twitter is gonna be my number one platform where I will communicate the most. I'm always on Twitter, so I just love it there. That's my favorite spot. And then
That's what she said. Make sure you she makes you one of her Twitter boyfriends because she has plenty of them.
yes, I treat y'all like my boyfriends. Y'all love that shit. But anyways, so Twitter, and then I'm definitely growing the fan base on YouTube. I haven't posted yet.
Yeah, I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for that.
I just want to be a little bit more conscious of the content that I put out. And then I'm working on a couple of other projects. But aside from that, like y'all, the stalkers will find my Instagram. So y'all can get, if you can get there, go ahead, And then I do have a TikTok and I do have Snapchat, but my Snapchat's
you
a
call
little
them
more private.
stalkers. You call them stalkers. I call them loyal fans. You know what I mean? Like
There's some fucking weird motherfuckers out there.
I'm sure
dude.
there are, but that's for
And there's
off
some,
camera.
and let
That's
me
for
tell
off
you,
camera.
oh my God. And then there's some real cool motherfuckers. So
Yeah,
it's like,
that's
oh
for
my
off
God.
camera.
Oh, we're off camera?
No, not yet. I'm saying
Oh,
wait.
No, I mean, wow. Wow. It's like, wow. Sometimes I'm like, wow.
Yeah. So, anyways, y'all can find me at Boys for Life here on YouTube, or Boys for Life 04 is my handle on Twitter. That's basically all I got. But y'all know me. You all know Miss Junebug, and y'all know we have fun here on the Boys for Life and Junebug show. And guys, I want to sit here and say,